Uzbekistan suggested for the first time after 40 years to have the UNESCO General Conference in Samarkand, and the member states 2 years ago at the General Conference, previous General Conference, they agreed. Why Uzbekistan? Because Uzbekistan dared to dream about such an event. It's for UNESCO, for us, it's unthinkable to organize this conference outside Paris. But of course, as you see here, it's thinkable now, and this is thanks to Uzbekistan. And my colleagues were arriving from Paris. Everyone starts with a wow, because this is not really what they expected. It looks better than in Paris. And what this General Conference is? General Conference is UNESCO's main conference with all its member states every 2 years. It's 43rd session of it. UNESCO is over 80 years old. And the youth conference is a conference that every General Conference we organize a youth event, inviting youth from all around the world to discuss matters core to UNESCO mandates, such as culture, education, communication and science.
А что она знает о взаимодействии ЮНЕСКО и Узбекистана? Какие проекты на сегодняшний день есть?
What you can say about the relationship between Uzbekistan and UNESCO, what project we will do together and doing together now?
Yes. UNESCO's and Uzbekistan relationship from the beginning, from the 1993 when UNESCO established an office here, and Uzbekistan became a member state to UNESCO, it's been only expanding. But we had a major expansion since President Mirziyoyev took office from 2017 mainly. Our Director General traveled to Uzbekistan twice, which is not often, to go to a country twice, and now it's her third time. President Mirziyoyev visited UNESCO, and we signed a memorandum of understanding in 2022 for further expansion of cooperation. Currently, UNESCO is doing one of its largest teacher education program in Uzbekistan with the Ministry of Preschool and Public Education towards quality education, because we know teachers are the most determinant of learning, much more important than textbooks and much more important than school environment. Of course, they are all important, but if you are to choose one for improving of quality education, that is teachers, and we are very proud for this cooperation, because also this reform is at the center of President Mirziyoyev reforms, reform in the education sector. We are also working closely with the Ministry of Higher Education for reform in TVET sector. Of course, it started years ago, and it's only expanding. We are establishing centers of vocational excellence in 4 provinces, in Fergana, in Karakol, Pakistan, in Samarkand and in Tashkent. We are establishing centers of pedagogical excellences for teachers in 3 provinces, in Surkhandarya, in Bukhara and in Namangan. This is only our education work. We work very closely, as you're aware, with the government of Uzbekistan on protection of cultural heritage. Samarkand is, of course, the core of what we do. And of course, in culture, the government is doing a great job in promoting Uzbekistan's cultural heritage and intangible heritage globally through Art and Culture Development Foundation, through different entities of the government. And what we work towards is mostly protection of cultural heritage and safeguarding. Uzbekistan is spending, actually has one of the highest expenditure in culture in the region, which is East Europe and Central Asia. So the country is already doing very well, and it's aware of the value of its cultural heritage, also thanks to tourism sector. In the area of communication, we work with the General Prosecutor's Office and the Supreme School of Judges on training judges and prosecutors on freedom of expression and access to information, and prosecuting crimes against journalists. This is also another important work we are doing. We work with, with the funding from several donors, the European Union, the Swiss Development Corporation, the Islamic Development Bank, Global Partnership for Education, and most importantly with funds from the government of Uzbekistan, Échange Fund, which is the funds from restituted from Gulnara Karimova's assets. So that fund is coming back to Uzbekistan, and we are doing work to improve quality of education with that.
Еще один вопрос можно задать? Что она знает об инициативах нашего президента?
What do you know about the initiative of our president about this, his speech, yes, and about the promoting spheres?
His speech at the General Assembly of the UN, where?
Да, на Генассамблеях он же всегда выступает.
Yes, for this, of course, we follow closely Mr. President's speeches, and that's actually a brief that President Mirziyoyev gives to the world about the reforms of Uzbekistan. This speech every year. My Director General often says, UNESCO Director General often says that President Mirziyoyev is himself a champion of UNESCO because the reforms in preschool education, in public education, in higher education, in the reforms in cultural heritage, in communication and information science. These are all reforms core to UNESCO's mandate and core to what we are here for. So Uzbekistan is a perfect country actually for UNESCO to work, because this is what we are here for. It's also very important for the government. It's not a war zone that we have to justify why we're working museums or working for cultural heritage. Is an area. It's not a country that doesn't have tourism, and then we have to convince the country that if you protect cultural heritage, it's also important for your tourism. Uzbekistan knows it all, and has the vision, and UN and UNESCO are only here to assist the country in actually achieving its vision, and we are on the same line.
Спасибо вам большое.
Thank you very much.
I'm Sara Nошади, UNESCO representative in Uzbekistan.